All rise. The Supreme Court is now in session. Judge 2 presiding. Please be seated.
Calling the case of the people of the United Kingdom against Roger. Are both sides ready?
Ready, Your Honor. Ready, Your Honor. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, under the law, my client is presumed innocent until proven guilty. During this trial, you will come to know about the truth, that Roger was only trying to carry out his orders issued by the chief. After finding out his intentions, Roger tried to protest against what was being asked of him, but was forced by Jack. Therefore, my client is not guilty.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the accused has been charged with murder of the first degree. The evidence will show to you that the accused killed the victim, known as Piggy, on the day of May 9th. His fingerprints were found on the lever used to launch the boulder that killed the victim. The evidence will show that the accused is guilty as charged. I call on two members of the tribe, Sam and Eric, as my witnesses.
Please hold out your right hand. Do you promise to the testimony that you give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You may be seated.
How did Roger act in the tribe?
He was usually quiet and kept to himself. He didn't show any interest in anything else except for torturing the other boys.
Please describe Roger's behavior during these incidents.
Roger would always torment us, and sometimes he was scarier than Jack. He always seems eager to inflict pain on others. And there's this one time where he almost shoved Jack off Castle Rock to do so.
What was Jack doing at the time of the incident?
Well, if I remember correctly, he was fighting with Ralph.
That is all, Your Honor.
Does the defense have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. How did Jack treat Piggy?
It seemed like Piggy was the one he hated the most. He never respected Piggy, and he always interrupted him when he was talking, even if he had the conch. There was one time when he got angry, and he took his anger out on him by punching him. Jack also stole Piggy's specs, even though he knew that he couldn't see without them. That was why Piggy was on Castle Rock that day, to get his specs back.
That is all, Your Honor.
The witness is excused. The prosecution may call for its next witness. The defense may call for its first witness.
I call a member of a tribe, Wilford, as my witness.
Please hold out your right hand. Do you promise to the testimony you tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You may be seated.
What was life like in the tribe?
We took turns between hunting and going on patrol, and Jack's orders were absolute, and we followed them.
Could you describe for us the violent outburst shown by Jack, if any?
Well, I remember one time he got angry and ordered the other boys to tie me up for several hours, and then I was beaten up for no reason.
I rest my case.
Does the prosecution have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
The witness is excused.
Ciao!
The defense may call for its next witness.
I call my witness, the leader of the tribe, Jack Meridew.
Please hold out your right hand. Do you promise the testimony that you tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You may be seated.
Where and what were you doing at the time the murder took place?
I was on Castle Rock fighting with Ralph.
That is all, Your Honor.
I have a question, Your Honor. We all know that Piggy was murdered. He was a promising young individual who was full of potential and spent his weekend volunteering at a senior center. He would have been the future of Britain, and you killed him! Why?
Objection. The defendant is trying to accuse my witness of a crime he did not commit.
Objection!
Objection sustained. The defense cannot accuse the witness without any evidence. The witness is excused. Please bring in the suspect.
Please hold up your right hand. Do you promise to the testimony that you tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You may be seated.
Please describe what you were doing at the time of the incident.
Jack told me to kill Piggy, so I was at the lever. I had my hands on it, but I didn't want to do it. Jack saw it and got angry, then he came over and did it himself. That's why my fingerprints were on it.
That is all, Your Honor.
Does the prosecution have any more questions?
No, Your Honor.
Then are both sides ready for a conclusion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that Piggy was the person who Jack despised the most. So he came up with a plan to get rid of him and then blamed it on an innocent person. We also know that Jack showed many cases of violent outbursts throughout the duration that the boys were on the island. Roger tried to oppose him, but was overpowered. Therefore, my client should be dropped of his charges.
The information that was gathered from the testimonies of the witnesses goes against what the accused described in his statement. Obviously, one side has lied. In his alibi, the accused claimed that his fingerprints were found on the lever because he had been trying to prevent Jack from pushing down on it. However, that could have not been possible because it has been confirmed that at the time of the murder, Jack was busy fighting with Ralph. Roger was the only person who had the opportunity to operate the lever and release the boulder that killed Piggy.
Thank you. Has the jury reached a verdict?
Yes, we, the jury, find the defendant Roger guilty of murder of the first degree.
I then sentence Roger to life imprisonment in the name of the people of the United Kingdom for first-degree murder of Piggy. This case is now closed. The court is dismissed.
So, I'm innocent.
What kind of person do you take me for? I'm a judge.
Now, from this experience, we know there's two career choices Anna cannot do. An actress or a lawyer.
The defense may call for its witness. The defense may call for its witness. I hate this line. The defense may call for its The defense may call for its witness. The defense may call for its witness.
Oh yeah, I swear.
The defense. The defense may call for its first witness.
I call on a member of my tribe. My tribe.
Oh God! Why?